Hello students, good morning. Today we will solve this problem of KKK Limited. See, the trial balance is given, debit balances and credit balances. First, debit balances, fixed assets. These are fixed tangible assets given in the problem. Investments are non-current investments. Okay. Then closing stock 3,75,000. या 3,75,000 3,75,000चं बायफर्केशन दिलेलं आहे ॲडजस्टमेंटमध्ये. इट इज इन्व्हेंटरी, सन्ड्री डेटर्स, ट्रेड रिसिवेबल्स, शेअर इश्यू एक्सपेन्सेस ₹20,000. शेअर इश्यू एक्सपेन्सेस आर टू बी written in the problem. So we will write share issue expenses in other non-current assets. Staff advance and prepaid expenses etc. the items of short-term loans and advances. So staff advance will be written in short-term loans and advances. Advance tax, कालच्याच प्रमाणे शॉर्ट टर्म प्रोव्हिजन्समध्ये प्रोव्हिजन फॉर टॅक्समधून ॲडव्हान्स टॅक्स आपल्याला डिडक्ट करायचा आहे. प्रीपेड एक्सपेन्सेस, शॉर्ट टर्म लोन्स अँड ॲडव्हान्सेस. ॲडव्हान्स टू सप्लायर्स, शॉर्ट टर्म लोन्स अँड ॲडव्हान्सेस. कॅश इन हँड अँड बँक बॅलन्स, कॅश अँड कॅश इक्विव्हॅलंट्स. Then credit balances, equity share capital and 9% preference share capital. These are items of share capital. Profit and loss statement 2,80,000. ॲडजस्टमेंटमध्ये ह्याचे डिटेल्स दिलेले आहेत. रिझर्व अँड सरप्लसमध्ये येणार. सिक्युरिटी प्रीमियम, रिझर्व अँड सरप्लस. डिबेंचर रिडम्शन रिझर्व, जनरल रिझर्व, रिझर्व अँड सरप्लस. 8% डिबेंचर्स, लॉंग टर्म बॉरोइंग्स. लोन फ्रॉम डायरेक्टर्स मिस्टर डी अँड लोन फ्रॉम सबसिडियरी कंपनी. याविषयी ॲडजस्टमेंटमध्ये सांगितलेलं आहे. दीज आर फॉर शॉर्ट टर्म, सो शॉर्ट टर्म बॉरोइंग्समध्ये येईल. सन्ड्री क्रेडिटर्स अँड बिल्स पेएबल ट्रेड पेएबल्समध्ये येईल आणि प्रोव्हिजन फॉर टॅक्सेशन शॉर्ट टर्म प्रोव्हिजन्समध्ये येईल. याच्यामधून ॲडव्हान्स टॅक्स वी हॅव टू डिडक्ट. ओके, सी द ॲडिशनल इन्फॉर्मेशन. Transferred to debenture redemption reserve ₹50,000 and general reserve ₹25,000. So see the point H. Profit and loss statement figures in the trial balance arrived as under. Previous year's balance is given, current year's net profit is added and total amount available for appropriation is 2,80,000. We have to deduct from 2,80,000 the amount transferred to debenture redemption reserve and general reserve. Okay, and these amount transferred to these reserves will be added in these respective reserves. Okay, then entire authorized share capital has been issued and subscribed. So in share capital we can directly write authorized, issued, subscribed and fully paid shares, and share capital is given in the problem, equity share capital and preference share capital. Then 8% debentures are secure against all fixed assets. So in long term borrowings, when we write 8% debenture, in bracket we have to write secured by fixed assets. Okay, this is an additional information. The figure in trial balance includes interest accrued and due ₹25,000. See the balance sheet. In balance sheet, 8% debentures amount is 5,25,000. From that 25,000 is the amount of interest accrued and due on debentures. So we will write interest accrued and due on debentures in other current liabilities, just like last problem. And so we will write in long term borrowings 8% debentures ₹5 lakhs. Understood? Then loan from directors and subsidiary company are unsecured and for short term. So in short term borrowings we will write loans and advances from directors and subsidiary companies. Creditors include creditors for goods ₹40,000, while for expenses ₹18,500. So in trade payables we have to write sundry creditors for goods 40,000, sundry creditors for expenses 18,500 and bills payable. Understood? Then stock comprises of raw material rupees 2,50,000, work in progress 50,000, and finished goods 75,000, means total 3,75,000, which is given in the trial balance. सो आपल्याला इन्व्हेंटरी या ॲटममध्ये रॉ मटेरियल, वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस आणि फिनिश गुड्स असं बायफिकेशन करून लिहायचं आहे. त्यानंतर ऑफ द डेट्स ड्यू फॉर मोर दॅन 6 months ₹22,500. ऑल डेट्स आर अनसिक्युअर्ड अँड कन्सिडर्ड टू बी गुड. सो आपल्याला ट्रेड रिसिवेबल्समध्ये हे सगळे डिटेल्स लिहायचे आहेत. ट्रेड रिसिवेबल्समध्ये अनसिक्युअर्ड अँड कन्सिडर्ड गुड असं म्हणून फॉर मोर दॅन 6 months अँड अदर असं म्हणून आपण लिहिणार आहोत, जस्ट लाईक लास्ट प्रॉब्लेम. ओके. They told us to ignore previous year's figures. So after considering the above adjustment, we have to prepare balance sheet of the company as on 31st March 2017. Understood? So let's start. So now we have to prepare the balance sheet from the given information. I have constructed a balance sheet here. As we have discussed the problem, while reading the problem, I have decided which headings will be there in the balance sheet. So I have constructed the balance sheet accordingly. So first you have to read the problem and then see which headings you have to write in every problem. Okay. So here in balance sheet, shareholders fund, sub points are share capital and reserve and surplus. Then non-current liabilities, there is long-term borrowings for debentures, short-term borrowings for loan from directors and subsidiary companies, trade payables for sundry creditors and bills payable. There is other current liabilities for interest accrued and due, short-term provisions for tax less advance tax. Fixed assets tangible are given directly in the problem, that is fixed assets net block. Non-current investments is also given in the heading investment. Other non-current assets, this is for share issue expenses. Inventories for stock of raw material, work in progress and finished goods. Trade receivables for sundry debtors and if there is bills receivable. Cash and cash equivalents for cash balance and bank balance. Short-term loans and advances for various advances given, that is staff advance, advance to suppliers, prepaid expenses, etc. Okay. So now for every heading we have to prepare notes to account, and after completing notes to accounts we will fill the final amounts in this balance sheet and tally the balance sheet. Understood? So let's prepare notes to accounts. I will keep the balance sheet here handy. After completing these notes to accounts, I will fill the balance sheet. First note obviously is share capital. See the problem. In the problem, they have told us that there is equity share capital of rupees 4,40,000, shares of rupees 10 each. It means 44,000 shares of rupees 10 each. And there is 9% preference share capital of rupees 1 lakh. Shares are worth rupees 100, so 1,000 9% preference shares of rupees 100 each. And in adjustments they told us that entire authorized share capital has been issued and subscribed. So issued, subscribed and fully paid up shares capital is fully authorized capital, म्हणजे सगळं ऑथोराइज कॅपिटल इश्यू करून टाकण्यात आलेलं आहे. सो ए इक्विटी शेअर कॅपिटल, authorized, issued, subscribed and paid up. You can write fully paid up also. And equity shares as per our discussion are 44,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. So amount is 4,40,000. Then B preference share capital, that is 9% preference share capital. Obviously authorized, issued, subscribed and paid up, and it is 1009% preference shares of rupees 100 each. So it is 1 lakh, and so total amount is 5,40,000. 5,40,000. Okay, this is the final amount of this note. Now reserve and surplus. As we have discussed while reading the problem, there is security premium, debenture redemption reserve, general reserve, and profit and loss account balance details are given. So A, security premium, B, जनरल रिझर्व, नाही तर तुम्ही डिबेंचर रिडम्शन रिझर्वला लिहा, काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही आहे. सिक्युरिटी प्रीमियम रिझर्ववर काही ॲडजस्टमेंट नाही आहे, सो अमाऊंट विल बी डायरेक्टली इन आउटर कॉलम. बट इन जनरल रिझर्व, सी द जनरल रिझर्व अमाऊंट बॅलन्स इज गिवन 75,000. आय विल राईट हिअर, दिस इज बॅलन्स गिवन इन द प्रॉब्लेम. मी जागा सोडते ॲडजस्टमेंट करण्यासाठी. त्यानंतर येईल डिबेंचर रिडम्शन रिझर्व, डिबेंचर रिडम्शन रिझर्व, डिबेंचर रिडम्शन रिझर्व, बॅलन्स, ओपनिंग बॅलन्स गिवन. डिबेंचर रिडम्शन रिझर्व ओपनिंग बॅलन्स इज गिवन रुपीज 2 lakhs. Then D will be surplus or deficit, that is profit and loss account balance. See the problem. In the adjustment H, previous year's profit 1,48,500, net profit for this year 1,31,500, and total amount is 2,80,000. okay, so profit and loss account or statement you have to write balance. It is given 1,48,500. Add profit for the year. It is 1,31,500. So addition is 2,80,000. Okay. Now see the adjustments. This amount is amount available for appropriation. From this amount, they have transferred to debenture redemption reserve 50,000 and general reserve rupees 25,000. Understood? So less appropriations transferred to general reserve and transferred to debenture redemption reserve. Transferred to general reserve 50,000 and debenture redemption reserve you can write DRR, म्हणजे तुमची अमाऊंट नीट मावेल. सो टोटल अमाऊंट ट्रान्सफर्ड इज 75,000 out of this 2,80,000. We have to deduct 75,000. So final amount of this is 2,05,000. Understood? Now transferred to general reserve amount we have to add in general reserve. Add transferred from profit and loss account. Amount is 50,000. So general reserve total amount will be 75,000 plus 25,000. Transfer to general reserve amount is 25,000. मी चुकून उलटं लिहिलं, इथे 25,000 पाहिजे आणि इथे 50,000 पाहिजे. So transfer to general reserve 25,000. So it is 1 lakh. 75,000 plus 25,000, and transfer to debenture redemption reserve. So add transferred from profit and loss account. It is 50,000. So outer column amount is 2,50,000. So now security premium 30,000, general reserve 1 lakh, debenture redemption reserve 2,50,000, and profit and loss remaining balance after appropriation 2,05,000. So now we have to add this, and this will be the total of this note. It is 5,85,000. This is the total amount which will be written in the balance sheet. Understood? In this way you have to prepare reserve and surplus note. This is important note. Now all other notes are as compared to reserve and surplus, they are easy. Long term borrowings, 8% debentures, and as we have discussed earlier, these debentures were secured against fixed assets. So into bracket, secured against all fixed assets, against total amount is 5,25,000, but after deducting interest accrued and due, this amount will be 5 lakhs. Now short term borrowings. For short term borrowings, loans and advances from directors and subsidiary companies are given. So loan from directors, loan from subsidiary companies, loan from directors is given in the problem. See, the loan given is 10,000, and from subsidiary companies 70,000. So total amount is 80,000. Okay. Now trade payables. Sundry creditors. In sundry creditors, creditors for goods 40,000, while creditors for expenses are 18,500. So creditors for goods, creditors for expenses, it is 40,000 and 18,500. 40,000, 18,500, and bills payables. Bills payable amount is 21,500. So total is, it is 80,000. Now other current liabilities, we have to write interest accrued and due in this item. So interest accrued and due. Interest accrued and due on debentures is 25,000. Now short term provisions. In short term provision for tax. Provision for tax amount is 62,500 less advance tax. $60,000. So outer column amount is 2,05,000. That is short term provisions. Okay. Now other non-current assets, as per our discussion, share issue expenses. And now we have to write, it is that amortizable in 12 months. It is assumed. असं अज्यूम केलं जातं की ते अमोर्टाईज होतील 12 महिन्यांमध्ये. अँड सो द अमाऊंट इज 20,000. ओके. नाउ नेक्स्ट नोट is of inventories. See the problem. In problem, amount of inventory is given, that is raw material. In the problem, total inventory is given 3,75,000, and in additional information, point F, raw material stock 2,50,000, work in progress 50,000, finished goods 75,000. Okay, so stock of raw material, stock of work in progress, and C is stock of finished goods. Amounts are 2,50,000, then 50,000 and 75,000. So total is 3,75,000. Okay, now trade receivables. Trade receivables outstanding for more than 6 months. Debtors outstanding for more than 6 months, and other debtors. For more than 6 months, 22,500, and other debtors are the difference, that is 1 lakh. In adjustment G, they told us that debtors more than 6 months is rupees 22,500. So total debtors are 1,22,500. Out of that, due for more than 6 months is 22,500, and other debtors are 1 lakh. So total amount is 1,22,500. In this problem, bills receivable, point bills receivable is not here. Okay, now cash and cash equivalents. Balance with bank and balance with cash in hand. Cash in hand. Bank balance is 1,10,000 and cash balance is 12,500. So it is 1,22,500. And now the last note, short term loans and advances. As we have discussed, unsecured and कन्सिडर्ड गुड असं प्रॉब्लेममध्ये सांगितलेलं आहे, म्हणून ते लिहायचं आहे. त्यानंतर ए, बी अँड सी, स्टाफ सॅलरी, त्यानंतर प्रीपेड एक्सपेन्सेस अँड ॲडव्हान्स टू सप्लायर्स. स्टाफ सॅलरी, सॉरी, स्टाफ ॲडव्हान्स, आय मीन टू से स्टाफ advance against salary it is. Staff advance is 1 lakh. Prepaid expenses 45,000. See the problem. And advance to suppliers 27,500. So total amount is 1,72,500. Okay, this is the total amount. And now we have to fill the amounts in the balance sheet. So let's fill the amounts. Share capital, final amount is 5,40,000. See your notes to accounts. Okay, note number 1, and the amount is 5,40,000. Now note number 2, reserve and surplus, final amount is 5,85,000. नोट नंबर 3, लॉंग टर्म बॉरोइंग्स 5 lakhs, कारण आपण त्यातून डिबेंचर्स इंटरेस्ट ड्यू जो आहे तो बाजूला काढला आहे. त्यानंतर 4, 5, 6 and 7, 4, 5, 6 and 7 अमाउंट्स आर 80,000, then 25,000 and 2,500. Short term provision after deducting advance tax from provision for tax, and the total is 18 lakhs 12,500. खरं तर तुम्हाला टॅली करायला सांगायला पाहिजे होतं नेक्स्ट टाईम. आता ॲज फिक्स ॲसेट टँजिबल दॅट इज नेट ब्लॉक इज गिवन डिरेक्टली. आय एम रायटिंग डिरेक्टली द अमाऊंट. No note is prepared for this. Similarly, for investments, amount is 2,50,000. So now next note is other non-current assets, that is 8. This is 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay. So note number 8, 20,000. Inventory's final amount is 3,75,000. Then trade receivables final amount 1,22,500, and this is also 1,22,500 of cash and cash equivalents. And short term loans and advances amount is 1,72,500. Now add all these items, the total will be same, that is 18,12,500. Okay, solve the problem in your notebook. From next period definitely we will solve the problems of profit and loss statement and balance sheet. Okay, that's all.